Mighty breezy out. Mighty chilly. A barge going right up the river, and I'm trying to hurry to get some sort of good look here with the sky and a little bit of colors, but the sun isn't up yet. It hasn't risen yet, so the colors aren't the greatest, but still I think we have some options here. I gotta fire this sucker off. Give you a sense of what we're looking at here. So I am at Great River Bluffs State Park, just south of Winona, Minnesota, overlooking the Mississippi. And so we're on top of the bluffs looking down at the river, and the sun is about to come up just over here right above the treetops. So I'm going to set up my camera and see if I can't get a nice shot of it just coming up over the ridge. Then I'm hoping a little light will splash onto these this side of the bluff here as well. So we'll set up the camera and take a look. Sorry I'm blocking the sunrise view from you, but the sun is just coming up now. I pumped up my aperture a bit just to see if I can get some starbursts off the sun coming up over the bluffs across the river. Little tricky. There's a few sunspots that are coming up over here. I might change this to a vertical. Sorry if the wind noise is drowning me out here, and I'm stepping way away from the camera. But I think you have a nice view. Brighten her up a little bit. I still have pretty high ISO, but I'm trying to keep it from getting too blurry with this wind. Fired off. I might do one more just zoomed in on that group of trees. Looks really cool with the sun just hitting those colors, and everything else is a little bit more of a darker or a cooler light. Yeah, that looks really nice, I think. There's another lookout point just above that rock over here, so I'm going to move my bag and camera over there and see if there's another few shots I can get. This is where I started from this morning before I started filming, but it's just, as you can see, it's a little messy with the trees. It's really pretty yet, but it was hard to compose anything. Now with the sun bouncing off of the bluff on this side, I think it's a little bit more compelling. And it's kind of a cool look where you get a bit of a close-up of the bluff itself with a little bit of river in the lower left-hand corner, a little sense of the scale. And one more a little darker. Hopefully the sun's not too bright right in your face. But yeah, I got some cool shots out here. I started off towards another lookout point that was a little closer to our campsite. But as I was walking out through the campground itself, there was a, I don't know, 5 or 6 person family that were heading out to look at the sunrise too. So I think they were anyway. They were all going together and heading my direction. So I diverted and went out to a little bit longer, or a farther walk, but another lookout point where I'm standing now. And I was the only one out here. So not that I don't mind sharing it with other people, but it's harder to film and concentrate on the photography with others around, since I'm not quite used to doing that in front of people yet. So this turned out to be a really nice spot anyway, so we'll see how it turns out. But I'm going to head back to camp, get some breakfast, and then we're going to be out walking a little bit later today too, and tonight. So we'll check back with you then. I interrupted my walk home to capture kind of a neat scene. One of my favorites is a path. As you guys probably can tell if you've seen in my other videos, but just simple vertical composition with the sun and the shade mix and a little bit of color there as well. So fire it off. Now we're close to middle of October. It's like the 18th today, I think. And it's getting cooler here, at least in the state of Minnesota. So our camping season, the opportunities are shrinking quickly. So I don't know if this will be our last actual like long weekend camping outing of the year or not. So we're not going to winterize the camper quite yet. Sometimes we get a warmer November, late October, and campgrounds are pretty open this time of year, so it'd be easy to hop in and go if the weather allows. So took this path now just because I thought there would be some good sunlight coming from the west side here to my left, and I was right. It's just gorgeous out here, but it's not, I mean, it's just a bunch of light through a lot of leaves and there aren't a lot of like interesting compositions, but so I'm trying to capture quite a bit of video as I go, because that can be sometimes fun to watch as well. But yeah, it's hard to walk through all of this and not take a photo, but I don't know what to take a photo of, so I guess I just enjoy the walk. Well, I reached the top. I think this is the end of it, but there's, I think, King's Bluff, a little bit of light shining on it. Here's the river valley. The sun is just starting to set over the bluff, and I have no idea how some of these photos are going to turn out. They're just screaming brightness into my lens, and the valley, is kind of dark. So I'm doing an exposure bracket and trying to flare out the light a little bit of the sun. But it seems really cool, the shot, but it's pretty challenging. But yeah, keep giving it a shot. Well, the sun has gone behind the bluff. And I got a few shots. No idea if they're any good or not. My gut says probably not, but it was still fun trying. Right in the middle of taking a few shots, I heard a few loud gunshots. I mean, it was loud, but I don't think very close. But I'm heading out anyway. That's no fun. So got the headlamp on. Gonna head back. It's only, I don't know, maybe a mile or so back, so might not even need the headlamp besides maybe looking at the ground for any rocks or roots. So we'll check back with you tomorrow morning. Yeah, wow, this is really pretty. There's a handful of clouds off in the distance as well, so I think when the sun comes up, if those stick around, might have some pretty cool colors. It's about 10 minutes to sunrise, roughly, and actually keeping an eye on this side too. I don't know if you can tell, there's a few clouds there that I think once the sun comes up may give us some nice pink clouds, and then it overlooks that valley down here, and that was the direction last night that I was shooting. So now with the sun coming up on this side, I'm focusing obviously on this side, and that's King's Bluff right there, I believe. And then you can see the river down below. But yeah, I'll wait a few more minutes. Sun will come up and hopefully capture a few more shots. There's a little mouse or something crawling around down in here, or hopping around. I'm waiting for him to poke his head out, but no luck yet. Sunrise starting to show right there, so right behind the King. And I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a train going by. There's tracks that go along the highway and the river, along the border between Wisconsin and Minnesota. The sun is just starting to come up across the way there, and so I'm going to try and do a pano across the valley, and got my composition set up already, and do a series here, and then I'll show you on the screen. Well, I got a few shots, I think. The sun is really yellow in the sky. It looks fake yellow, and I'm noticing that in some of the sunrises that I took yesterday. So hopefully they don't look over-processed on the image, because that's how it looks in real life. Crazy. I'm sticking closer to the campsite tonight, but man, when we've been out and about today and yesterday, practically all weekend, one thing that has been an indispensable tool in this time of year, and with harsh sunlight and the beautiful leaf colors, has been a polarizer. So just anybody out there wants nice leaf season pictures, put a polarizer on. You just see the colors pop immediately once you get the right angle. I've taken a few without it, and it's dramatically different in a bad way. But glad I have it for this trip. The wind settled down a bit, and funny enough, this is probably one of the more ideal nights to be out exploring. But I hit all the hot spots and had some good shots, I think, the last few nights, in spite of the wind. Just a little tired, I guess. So I'm gonna go to one more overlook here coming up. It's called Orchard Overlook, I think. And it's literally like not even less than half a mile from our campsite, so it's pretty close by. But the sun is setting here in a little bit, and I'm hoping we'll see some nice golden hour light and colors hitting the valley. So gorgeous evening. It is still quite windy out. You can probably hear it on the microphone, but maybe another half an hour or less, the sun will start going behind the bluff and should get some nice colors back in that valley, and probably up in here too. It's already starting, actually. So yeah, it might be a few good opportunities. There's a little bit of haze that's just in the atmosphere a bit. I think it's just the dust being blown around. It's been a really dry last 6-8 weeks here, and that's why the colors are pretty muted. And then this wind isn't helping at all either. Oh, that was breezy. Really beautiful sunset though. Unfortunately, there were just a ton of people that came at the same time. So I really couldn't record too much. There would have been too much background noise anyway. But yeah, I got a few pictures. Hopefully they turn out. Good morning, everybody. We're at the East Overlook, and it looks like we have some clouds in the sky and some nice color coming up behind them. So hopefully a good opportunity for a few shots. Well, the sunrise was really pretty over on the east lookout, but it got quite crowded again. I think there were probably 10 or 12 people on this platform. So I felt a little awkward because I had my big old tripod on there taking up the middle, and they kind of all respectfully kept their distance from me. But I was there first, so I claimed the spot. But now I'm heading over to the Orchard Overlook again, just because there's finally some clouds in the area, and then it's still in that time of the morning where there's a little pink in the sunrise too, so we'll see what this looks like. Nobody thought to come over here. I have it all to myself. Gorgeous. I'm gonna set up for a shot. I got distracted with an eagle that was flying in the valley down in here. My lens didn't do a very good job of keeping up with the vibration compensation. A little frustrated in that, but I was able to get a couple of close-up shots, but hopefully they're also in focus. and not shaky. But I'm just waiting for the sun to peek through a few of the clouds to my left, and then should light up down in here in the valley a bit. So I'll take a pano here and show it up on the screen. Well, you can see the light is hitting the valley below. I got a couple of nice shots. I hope they're nice anyway. But we'll see how it turns out. Yeah, this has been a really nice camping trip. It was a short weekend at a fairly simple state park, but a very beautiful state park. I think it's quickly becoming one of our favorites. And if it is our last camping trip of the season, I think we're ending it on a good one. We really lucked out with the weather. The only negative was a little bit of wind, but we can deal with that. So if you stuck around to the end, I really appreciate it, and hope to catch you again soon on the next one. Take care.